Good evening and welcome everyone. Finally, after the longest off-season ever, GTRC WTCC is back. Reasons why it took so long is that a lot of things had to change. And yeah, we're a bit earlier than usual today because the new things I will introduce to you. First of all, the car selection changed a lot, as Polyphony was unfortunately not able to get a good BOP done for the GR4s. The league decided to ban the four-wheel drive cars, so no more Lancer, no more WRX, and also the Mazda Atenza is banned. That gives us the opportunity to run all lobbies on dynamic weather, so rain is possible on the tracks. We actually have a rain setting. What was definitely not possible with the four-wheel drive cars, as they were 2 seconds faster. So the cars are a lot more equal to all the new faces, new teams, as we see here. Nexus Racing, who are one of the new teams. I think we are getting to a later point, maybe in the qualifying, to introduce them. Yes, it's the second season in a row where the reigning Drivers' Champion is not competing, as Jason Grant has paused his sim racing career. So the rules, the penalty guidelines changed a lot to make everything a bit more transparent and easier for the drivers overall. So it's Interlagos, it's kind of the traditional season opener. I think in every season I competed and commentated, Interlagos was the opener. Hello, Becca. Nice to have you here. Well, yes, in a few minutes Will Santos will join me. One guy we will definitely miss on track. Let's see, 11 drivers. We should have 14, so full lobby now. FR Racing guys are missing, as I don't see Ridwan Hamza and Slimmy Cam currently in the lobby. Yes, and I think one of the privateers, the second Spaniard, Paul, is currently missing. So that should be the 3 guys we're not seeing here. So I'm gonna quickly let Will know that he can join the party. Sure, I can increase my microphone sensitivity. So that should work a bit better with the voice. Currently we're in the free practice. Drivers are getting warmed up. Still 8 minutes to go till we go for the qualifying. So qualifying hasn't really changed. 15 minutes. Then we have a 20-minute race. Grid start. Race 2 has changed a lot, as Gran Turismo gives us actually the option to have a grid set by the host. So WTCC is going back a bit to the OG times, so there will be no more qualifying for race 2. It will be rolling start, reverse grid order of race 1. Of course, not including guys who disconnect or are late on the race and stuff. So let's quickly go through the grid. As we have here, Dominik, definitely one of the guys to watch. Showed some good performances in the races. Wasn't really comfortable with the BMW last season in Inertia Works team, but currently quickest guy on track. Tom Holland, usually privateer. I think he's in his privateer livery, not in the Phantom S1. Yes, should be his privateer livery. Ruben Serrao in the Hilux Lexus. Then we have the second Lexus, privateer. Wheeler, one of the new faces here. The first new face. Then we have Jono Mills in the Genesis from Hyundai. Team and Drivers Champion car in Season 7. One of the complete new teams here. Then a name we have seen in the last 2 rounds last season, Orna Topolis and Bathurst. Wheeler for CPTL, they left a really good impression. Hello Will, are you in? You can speak.
Yes I am, I am in, yeah.
Hello Will. So for those who don't know, this is Will Sutters, maybe the all-time leader on points in GTRC WTCC history. I would say, as you are the absolute OG here, and yeah, league owner and the steward for the season, also doing the commentary with me. What are your feelings, as a first question, to see these guys and not being on track with them?
Well, it's quite the change, isn't it? Obviously, I'd like to be out there on track and sort of having a race with Van der Speck again, and you know, having a go with Jono Mills and that for the first time. But I think it's going to be great to watch. A lot of new faces and obviously old faces as well. So it's going to be quite interesting, and I'm happy to be in the commentary box and obviously still involved in the series.
Perfect. Yes, you talked about Van der Speck. One of the, I think there's 2 guys with a longer WTCC history. It should be Van der Speck and Holland. I think Van der Speck is the longest consistent driver, and Holland is the earliest that ever joined the league. I think he was in Season 1, if I remember right.
Yes, he actually was one of the admins for the first few series, and obviously went on his own way and came back and with spirit. So, but yeah, Van der Speck's been around since the GT Sport days now.
Yeah, I think the last GT Sport season was his season. I think Season 4 I joined somewhere in the middle, and for Season 5 I brought some of my guys. Maybe he did a race or 2 in Season 4. Long days ago. I'm old.
Yes.
Don't remember.
Oh, bloody long time ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, and the only former driver champion is Holland, is last season's team champion. was including in the team champion team as a reserve. But yeah, it's the only former driver champion. It's the second season in a row where we lost a driver champion. Season 7, Aaron, and Gran last season.
And it was Josh, wasn't it? For many seasons prior. And I didn't before then. It was Grant again. So I haven't had many champions, have we, compared to actual seasons? But
I think at least in the GT7 era, we had never the same champion.
no, I don't think we have actually. No, we haven't. Which is it spices things up, doesn't it? It's I quite like that in comparison to Josh put in 4 seasons in a row on Gran Turismo Sport. So do you reckon Van der Speck will win again then, or do you reckon the likes of Soraya will get him this season? What do you think?
This season, I think the guy to beat definitely is Ridwan Hamza. The BMW is hard to drive. I mean, you have experience on it. We saw Van der Speck getting champion on the BMW. We saw a lot of guys struggling with the BMW. Even Kubinski last season, who is currently the fastest on track, struggled a lot with the BMW. We see Jonah Mills doing a nice spin. Followed by Aston. I think Ridwan, we saw him in the previous season. We shouldn't drive backwards. We saw him in the previous season. He's definitely hard to beat. We saw him on the 3-hour Road Atlanta where he dominated till his disease last season. He was looking like the safe champion. So he's definitely one of the guys to beat. And then it's really difficult. I mean, I know my guys from Halex Racing pretty good, and I always have the trust and the hope.
Sense a bit of bias here, yeah.
But yeah, I know that they are pretty good. But yeah, the other guys, I think, should definitely have an eye on the CPTL team, as we are watching here, Wheeler, because they were really quick in the Scirocco at Autopolis and at Bathurst last season. So it will be interesting. I think for the team championship, it's super open. It will be the key will be like every season, the attendance. If you bring all 2 cars in every race, you are definitely in the top 3 teams.
For sure. Funny you mention that, because Ridwan Hamza isn't even here.
Yes.
I'm not sure where he is, but it's only Cam
I saw him practicing, so
don't know whether he's got a lobby up and he's mixed up his times. I mean, I know he's on the other side of the world, but you never know. But, he might pop in for a season for race 2.
So maybe he will join for the second race, or join the lobby and can start from the back. So let us find out who's actually first on track. Could be Van der Speck. It's unusual. Usually is Pine the first one to get out of track.
With his PS5 loading times, and I think it is actually, yeah, it is Jordan leading the way at the moment. Although I don't think John Mills will want to keep too close behind him. I want to build a bit of a gap.
Yeah, it can help to go for the slipstream, but I think the car concepts, even if the Genesis and the Lexus are not that different, as they are pretty close on weight. I think on BOP the Genesis is 1,400 kilogram and the Lexus is 1,450 kilogram. They are both definitely top speed cars. Maybe struggling a bit in Sector 2. It's Van der Speck who's going to be the first flying lap. I think Mills' gap should be big enough to maybe benefit a bit from the slipstream. close in. Thinner S's. Not using the 7th gear here.
A bit of a moment there.
A bit of a moment that should cost him a bit of time. Expected times are somewhere in the 37th, I think. That's what we had last season.
I've always wondered if you, on the interior of this Lexus, that clock, I wonder if that actually works. Oh, sounds console outside, that's great.
It's maybe a bit too dark.
There's more important things to focus on, I suppose. I mean, you got quite a good exit out of there, so it's definitely not focusing on what time it is.
Qualifying. So this is the first benchmark we will see. 37.6. Tom Holland overtook Jono Mills. 3/10 purple. Aston Lewis and Kieran Cavern jumped Jono.
Ashby up there as well.
Yes, P5. So yeah, I think we saw Jono had a bit of a moment as Pine overtook him. It was not even close on the outlet. So we're currently on P7 in the Scirocco with a penalty. So for this lap. This wake in the Phantom Escal P8. It's P9. Slimmy P10. Definitely with a moment. Almost 18 seconds down.
So Ray in the pits there, is he? I wonder if he's trying to burn out some fuel or... I'm not sure.
Maybe
I can't imagine it make too much of a difference.
that first attempt. Phantom is going to stick with him. He's quite close to get to sector 2. Through sector 2. Setting his first flag. Back with a new provisional pole, 37.2.
I'm not able to beat it at that though. Kabinski as well, running wide on the exit of that final turn into the barrier. It's going to go in his next 2 laps, or his next lap as well, isn't it? No run into over the line. But Ashby as well, going up to P3.
So the Lexus seems to work here. As we have currently 2 in the top 3. Kubinski is going for a fresh set of tires. Hello Aaron, hello Jake, nice to have you here. Jake, we can't wait to have you on track. So let's see if he's improving.
Seems to be 8 tenths down. He's not this lap. I think he's going to go for it this next one.
But Ashby is improving. 4/10.
Ooh, it's going to be very close. He's going to have the slipstream as well going up the hill.
If he can find his 2/10, could be provisional pole on his debut.
Lewis drops into the pits there. There's his time.
47.4. Brings the grid even closer together. Kieran Cameron currently on P4. As we currently see no one in the pits. Kubinski was the quickest in the free practice. Currently on P5. Aston is getting new tires, really low fuel now. That line definitely cut into centers. There's no other point on the track where you get a 1.5 second penalty. But we see really close gaps here, 2/10 from P8 to 9. Just 300s to P11. Sneaking, spinning. Bandersbeck definitely improving. Also a penalty. Sergio now made it to P4 on his first flying lap. So the third Lexus in the top 5.
Chica doesn't seem to be improving on this lap, 2/10 down.
So what Kevin can do. Really close to his PB.
Tom Holland stuck behind him now. I don't know if that's going to hinder his next lap or what, but maybe not in that fast first sector bit. The tight second sector might hold him up, or just a slight part. Oh, he lets him by. Very sportsmanlike of him.
Still half a second down. I mean, yeah, it's a centers, it's a hit or miss corner, so it's easy to be with a slightly different braking spot. You lose so much time if you don't hit them perfect. And I think Ashby was a bit underestimating his own performance as he reserved the last spot in the grid for himself. Currently leaving a great impression on P3. Kubinski with his new PB now on P4. And improving sector 1. And it's only 3/10 to the pole.
Less than half a second separating the top 5. That's pretty close, if you ask me.
Definitely closer than we had last season in parts. So now Lipscomb also in the 37s. Now on P7. Former Sunset Outer driver now for Phantom S. Kaminski was in the second sector.
He's up on his time Lipscomb and through the first sector.
Off track.
Soraya goes P4.
Got P4 back from Kubinski. Top 5 now in 3/10. That makes me look forward for a great race.
Definitely. I mean, it's going to be a close one into the first corner. I think it's going to be Van der Speck and Chica, P1 and 2 after the first few corners. And then Ruben as well in their rear-wheel drive cars, but and after that, the rear-wheel drive, the front-wheel drive's going to be snapping at the heels through that middle sector.
Yeah, but the way to the first corner is not too long, and I think Holland, if he can get the inside line, the Swift is really good in the corners, so maybe he will not lose that many positions.
Chica's almost a 10th up on himself. And he's just dropped it in the grass at the final corner as well.
This is also standing, letting them go. Holland is going for last fresh set of tires. Vandersbeek also fresh tires. Thousands quicker than his PB. A bit edgy here in sector 2. This heavy car.
Looks comes right behind him. Might go on a few different lines. Got a slipstream as well. Could get him up to Pete into the top 6.
Good exit on the last real corner. Could be a new pole time. Staying close to the pit wall.
Oh, 310s.
That's a very solid.
That is a very solid provisional pole lap. We should stick on board with Tom. What he can do in the Swift.
Is Holland able to counter? Now on the lowest possible.
Nope. He's already got a bin bit.
Ashby also a bit wide in the first part of the Senna's. Wake improved to 38.7.
I think it's going to be down to Soreo and Kabinski now. He's only sort of too close enough to get him another lap in.
Soreo improved and is now on P3. Kabinski will get the last shot. Kevin with the penalty will not improve on his final lap. I think Lipscomb so far was a solid performance. I think this Swift fits him a bit better.
Definitely, I think he definitely seems a lot faster than he was last season, especially.
Yeah, definitely. But we see it on Kabinski, it is so much on the car. What fits the drivers. Me personally, I prefer front-wheel driver. But some of them just don't like them.
It's a very different concept to wrap your head around the front-wheel drive cars. You have to almost hold the throttle at this sort of perfect input so that it drags the car around the corner.
Slimmy after sector 2 with 310s.
310s down.
Could bring him to P11. Improved, but still P12. So everyone done his lap, and we have a lot of Lexus in the first 2 rows. Holland is braking it with a really good P2 on the Swift. Kubinski P5, Cavern on P6. Now things switching.
Cam reporting absolutely no pace in the BMW. He's going to be struggling this first race, I think.
So let's hope that the rumors are right and just fixed. Waiting for the lights. No jump start. Sereo not good off the line.
Very keen glad away from everyone there. I mean, Van der Speck and Saray already P1 and 2. Can Chica hold it around the outside of Holland? Bit of contact there.
Holland mid right, also Kalinski.
Already a bit of more contact there. Kevin being shoved wide on the exit of turn 3.
Could have been Kevin. He dropped a lot in the grid. P10 at the moment.
Kevin already
really late on the brakes. Hit a lips comp.
Could be dirty tyres from that turn 3 incident. Line as well, back down into 6th.
I thought this was the outcome. And
yes.
Loss of momentum at the centers. Those Nexus cars with penalties. And the burns on Interlagos is absolutely deadly as it kills all the momentum for the main straight. Slimmy wide here, tried it on the outside line.
Aston Lewis as well, very, very, very late entry as well to the race, already up into P4. Very solid start for him.
I think he started around P7, P8, so managed really good to stay out of the chaos. Is now almost a second up. I see Holland overtaking Kaminski on the brakes, and this is what I said, that the Swift is absolute monster on the brakes. The lightest car in the grid.
That Kabinski though, getting a good exit. Can he hold it around the outside? Bit of contact there.
Hasn't lost too much. This is one of the good things on the penalty system. If the game realized that there was contact, you won't get a penalty for going right. That gives Wheeler the chance to really get close. He's already on Kaminski's rear.
Lucas Wake as well.
Then we have the first gap. The guys who have incidents. The guys who burned their penalties. John O'Neill with a really early pit stop. Massive undercut here. Maybe not the worst strategy.
Don't know whether it's going to work out though. He's got to lumber all that fuel around with him, which I don't think is going to keep him as fast as Slimmy or Lipscomb.
Yes, definitely. Heavy car, but if you can manage to do good lap times. This undercut might work. I think 3 Lexus in front. Still really close. Lewis also still on pace. And Holland back on the way to the podium ranks. So they lost a bit of the contact to Kubinski and Wheeler.
That's solid exit as well out of that final turn. He's going to have the slipstream all the way up the hill.
Don't really have experience on both of these guys. I don't know which one is the faster one.
Fastest lap 36.9.
Yeah, I think Holland is driving with a bit of anger. They simply managed to have a good start, even with the front-wheel drive car. Got pushed a bit wide. Improving again. So I don't
The
think
race isn't over.
Lewis can hold the pressure really long. So he's catching it really quick.
Even after the first round of pit stops, that Swift is going to be a hell of a lot lighter when it's fueled on the big V8 Lexuses up front. You aren't exactly pulling away either, to be fair.
No, I don't think they are pretty much the same pace. They have, I think, all around a solid second of a gap. So can all do their pace.
Doesn't seem to be going up or down that gap between the two.
Quickest guy on track is currently definitely Holland.
Right under the rear wing of Lewis there.
If you can
Is he
get the
gonna go
inside line.
Gonna go for a late second dive bomb. No, he's not. He's biding his time. That gap has dropped in the front, half a second between the two Lexuses. Or Lexi if you're Alan Partridge. But purple first sector from Sorreo.
Also Ashby close to get up. The good thing is that Lewis and Holland are currently not really fighting. I think Holland could go a bit faster. But he's clever enough that he knows if he now is getting involved into some fighting, he might lose contact with
Oh,
Lexus.
he's having a look. Can he hold it around the outside though?
Seems that Holland is now a bit closer.
And Aston goes into the pits there. Very early stop.
Also,
Another Scirocco as well.
pits.
Which leaves Holland with a bit of free air between him and the car in front.
So we have Vandersberg, Lewis, Wheeler, Kubinski in the pits. Cavern really struggling with the track limits. Those Nexus cars are already pitted.
Don't think that's going to work out for them.
Not if you're consistently picking up penalties. This massive undercut could work if you're stuck somewhere in the midfield.
Oh, although it has just occurred to me, it may well be a reverse grid 1 and 2 for them. Which would definitely spice things up a bit. Holland though, already halving that gap between him and Ashby, back down to just under 7/10. I'm feeling they're all going to slot into the pits now. Although Pine, no, stays out another lap.
Holland stays out.
Another lap's left worth of fuel to take.
And a lap of clean air.
Van der Speck as well with a 3-second penalty on his out lap, whether he cut the line, cut the white line, but he's got to drop back significantly back into the clutches of Aston Lewis.
P4, P5.
I don't think he's even going to fight it, just going to let him go clean around the outside of him. There isn't really any fight in that, is there? But might be able to slot back in through the inside there into turn 1. And he does, he has a look, bit of contact, pushes Aston Lewis wide. Aston Lewis returns the favour, takes the space and slams the door shut in his face.
Guys come out of the pit lane.
This all falls into the lap of Tom Holland. If he makes a mistake on this. More contact there between the two.
This doesn't look really clean what Van der Speck is doing here. This all can help Holland. Now in the pits. So, after the mandatory pit stop, will Silvia take the lead? Or is Holland Lewis wide?
Aston Lewis runs wide. Van der Speck just runs into the back of him, which helps Aston on his merry way, doesn't it? Doesn't look as though Aston took tyres either on his stop, which gave him a few more seconds, but whether that's going to kill him in the last few laps of the race, I don't really know. By the looks of it, it's going to be very close. Is Tom Holland going to pull out ahead? I don't think he is, he's not, but he's definitely closed up the gap, hasn't he?
Yes, I think he will.
He's taking brand new tyres. They're going to be cold for the next few corners. Look at this, this is brilliant. A top 5 battle for the lead after 7 laps. This is brilliant.
Yes. This is what we want to see.
Tom Holland has a look on Aston Lewis. Ooh.
Little tap on the rear here from Ashby.
Oh, some more contact. This is only helping the Hilux cars. They need to work together. And this bit runs slightly wide.
Holland returning the little aggressive overtake from Ashby.
So we've gone downhill for Van der Speck. I think this race he's got no more. He hasn't got good tyres. Sorea's ahead of him, brand new boots on his car. And same with Holland. So he's got threats both in front of him and behind him. You can already see the difference of just how responsive and how quickly that Swift turns in compared to the Scirocco.
Yes. So the top 5 is still in 3-4 seconds. Then we have Wheeler with a penalty. Currently pretty comfortable P6. Kubinski P7, 1.5 second clean to wake. Nils P10, Kevin P11.
Oh, ahead of Aston. Now we've missed that.
Still the guy with the fastest lap. And better tires than Van der Speck.
That Swift just looks so dialed in compared to every other car. It just turns in so much better.
It's a bit wide. Lost contact to Holland. Holland's lap 9, 37.3, Van der Speck 37.7. So 4/10 quicker.
4/10 quicker. He's just got to
Catching up to Kevin.
He's just got to catch up to him now, Holland to Van der Speck and Soraya. They let 2 corners and he's already gained 3/10.
There's still 3 laps to go. 3 and a bit. I think if Holland is going for a move, he should go for it in sector 2.
I don't think he's going to struggle to get Van der Speck, but Soraya, I think, is going to be a bit of a long shot. I think Soraya's going to be long gone. I know in Van der Speck he's going to put up one hell of a fight.
Definitely. And the strength of the Swift is sector 2. But Holland really good in the sevens.
That beautiful exit just slotted straight under his wing.
Now he's on his rear.
Van der Speck's tyres are almost at half wear now. Just parking the bus on the apex.
There's the first attempt.
I think that's a new record for time between Holland and Van der Speck being side by side and no contact between them. And Holland making another move, but can Van der Speck make the switch back? He can't, but he's going to have to
Maybe
run.
can counter with the V8 power.
Also going to be hugging the inside. He's not going to give him an inch, or is he? No, he gives him it, and Van der Speck just takes it. Doesn't need to be asked twice.
So middle 44 is getting hotter.
He's got a good run. He's going to dive to the inside there.
Here's the inside line.
Aston Lewis though with the cutback. He's got his nose in there.
But Ashby has the inside line for the low right-hander. Definitely the better tires.
Going for the outside. I don't know whether that's going to work. Is Van der Speck going to fall for the switchback? He's not. Again, parking the bus on the apex. Side by side, and Tom Holland takes the position. He's not going to fall for the same thing twice. Squeezing him to the left side of the circuit.
Ashby going wide.
God, there's two different battles. I don't know which one to watch. This is brilliant.
So penalty for Ashby.
If
nothing really great happens, so sorry for the leader, but Sergio should win this race.
He's got this one in the bag. There's a 4-second gap, and look, Van der Speck and Holland's just shoving each other around at this point. So Holland trying to hold it around the outside. Can he do it? Bit of contact. That was always going to happen, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Chica making a dive bomb. It's going to be close now. I think Van der Speck's going to have P2 in the bag. Ruben Soraya, though, absolutely solid race, kept his nose clean, perfect strategy, takes the first win of the season.
Followed by his teammate Van der Speck, Tom Holland, best privateer. Followed by Aston Lewis on a really great debut. Same for Ashby. Lucas Wake managed to get P6. Definitely have missed that. Kubinski P7.
Lipscomb P8, very solid from him. Good improvement.
Yes, and Wheeler must have had a, we see 45, 40, so lap 11 and 12 cost him a lot of time. Jono Mills on P10. P11 for Slimmy Cam. And Kevin will finish P12. Really inconsistent lap times. I think a lot of penalties were involved. Because his qualifying pace, we see his fastest lap even was in the 37s. So that was a really intense opener of the season. Quickly save the replay.
Save that. Right, and I will now set the grid for race 2.
So everyone finished the race, so everyone is involved in the reverse grid. I think there was an incident between Kubinski and Wheeler. As we see here, I'll apologize in the chat. So there's Giotto on pole, followed by Slimmy Cam.
I think this is the beauty of the reverse grid, though. You're gonna have drivers who struggled in the first race, or may have been punted off, or been involved in some sort of incident. Then they've got that second chance, haven't they, of just being dumped at the front and see what they can do. But
I think it's brilliant that we have this option back, because I started in WTCC in the good old times with 3 races and reversed grid. And I can say my only win ever was benefited by the reverse grid here in Interlagos. Always had my best races. Reverse grid, rolling start.
Like I was saying in the chat with all the drivers, we should have an award for most reverse grid poles. Right, I'm just waiting on Slimmy Cam now, and just Slimmy Cam now to enter, so I can actually set the grid. But there we go, lovely. Right, let's sort this then.
And we have a new car. Paul is now in to reserve for CPTL.
We will be starting at the back of the grid. It will be Johto on pole.
Yes, good start. I think we should be down at 35.
I mean, if everyone's ready now, then I don't see why not. If everyone seems to be eager to be back on track, so
2 minutes.
yeah, let's give them a couple of minutes just to calm down.
I love
It'll be interesting.
I cannot type minutes for whatever reason. That's
Sort of like, I really do like the look of this this new Nexus Genesis. Very nice car, very touring car.
definitely a fan of the Hyundai.
Trying to nice Swift as well. Looks pretty smart, if you ask me. All of these liveries looking very nice, as opposed to the first season messes.
Twin shapes. Nice color contrast.
Those bets then, people. It's now race 2. I don't know if I just set it to a rolling start or not. We're going to find out in a minute. That's going to be a bit of a pain. Great. Oh, I did. Okay, thank God. I'm not a moron.
So let's go to the pole center.
As you can see, rolling. It is set as a rolling start just to save everyone the hassle of piling into the back of the slowest driver that's at the front. There they go now, making their way towards the start line. Kevin Kevin, followed by Cam, followed by Mills. Sonny Cam with a not very good getaway. Mills having a look at the outside in the 32 car. Stays ahead though. Wheeler and Lips kind of a bit of a coming together. Opens the door for Kabinski, who goes around the outside. Chica already ahead. Aston Lewis. Robin trading paint with Tom Holland there. Van der Speck as well. Sees the opportunity, takes it. Back up to the front, Kevin already with a 1 second penalty. And Mills still hustling Cam around the outside. I think Mills is going to be too happy about that. That dropping from first all the way down to sixth. First corner. Kabinski with a double overtake there. Wow.
3 wide. Kevin wide again. Not the best rejoin here.
Contact there between him and the Scirocco. I don't know where he thought Holland was going to go, but he was there on the inside. Kabinski having a look at Wheeler. Look at that, already Ashby taking third place from him, and the Lexus just absolutely just streaming straight past him. He's got Wheeler in his sights as well. Wheeler opening the door on the inside for him. I wonder where he's going to go. To the inside, and Kabinski again. Double overtake into turn one. Wow. Wow.
And Wheeler did the smartest he can do, backing out of the first corner. Instead of going for the exit. And Ashby is wide.
He's sliding across the road there. Lucas Wake taking his position, but Kabinski, if he was driving like this last season, this is brilliant. So Aston as well, early pit stop again. Ray running very wide there. Definitely not. It's always better to try and see how far you can run into the race, take brand new tyres, and take that way you don't have to take as much fuel. You don't have to sit there waiting for as long. And Kabinski runs wide on the exit of the final turn. Hits the barrier as he did in qualifying. That's really going to damage his chances in the race. Ashby takes his position again. don't see why they're pitting so early. It's better if just the tyres are going to be dying out by now. That's the main thing is the tyres. And Aston Lewis as well with a 3-second penalty.
Yes. I think it's the pit entry. Because you're not allowed to just go straight through it. You have to do a bit of the chicane. So you can definitely the winner of the first 3 laps. Stayed out of all the trouble.
In a solid gap, no mistakes.
3 seconds.
He's doing well.
He's fighting.
Whether he's going to take new tyres as well, like he did last race, I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Van der Speck didn't take tyres though. Nor did Kabinski did.
Lucas Wake late on the brakes.
Has a look. Lucas doesn't fall for it. That gap at the front now, I have a feeling is going to go down. Slemmy Cam driving an excellent race so far. He did show signs of promise in the last season, to be fair, alongside Ridwan Hamza. I think he did take a few pole positions here and there. Did keep his head up there in the race, but in the latter stages just fell apart. Hopefully that's not the case today.
What we saw last season is that if he has clean air, he's pretty consistent and good on pace, but he's not the best to be in the middle of the grid, having the fights. Should we really know in the pits?
Soraya being told to go around the outside of him. Can he make it stick? He can't. It's 2 wheels on the Astra on the outside, and that's settled. And Tom Lipscomb up the inside of him. Team owners are going to be happy about that, aren't they? They're not race 1 winner.
After the pit stop on P6. Not switching tires saves him 5 to 6 seconds.
Bushby's going to be going into the pits. He is.
So Slimmy the last one on track without a pit stop.
Cam would have been better to pit that lap rather than he's now going to be undercut by Chica, Deathtron, Lipscomb, Soreo. I need to learn people's last names. Well, but to be fair though, with yes, yeah, with I mean Chica, he did a very good job in that first race. So challenging for the lead at some point. So Slimmy can keeping that gap of 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds for those few laps. That's very solid of him.
So, undercut definitely worked for Vandersberg for the moment.
Kubinski around the outside of Ashby there into turn 4.
But guys from 7 fresh tires.
Can he hold it using the marbles on the outside? And he does it around the outside. And he just tries to slide it round. That's not how you overtake. This is going to be the kill of the fuel. Out he comes. How big's that gap going to be? And he took tyres as well. He made the right strategy call there. Vandersberg is really pushing it now. Got a 3-second gap. Just has to keep it clean. Now there's Tom Holland. Lucas Wake. Oh, edge contact there. And a penalty for Wheeler as well. That is harsh. Very easy to pick up a penalty running wide on that turn forward. Kabinski and Ashby ahead of Jordal Vandersbeck now. Very interesting. Tom Holland over the half-second penalty. I think that's going to put him out of contention as well, running wide there.
change. Slimmy can really struggling in this one. Pretty secure lead. Struggling a bit with the car. That's 1 second penalty on P11. Let's go. New check on Mila.
You can see he's going to have a look at the outside. The door is shut in his face into turn 4.
This fighting here for P2, 3 and 4 makes it a lot easier for Slimmy.
With this fighting as well, helping Slimmy come up front. That gap's still staying around 4 seconds. Brilliant racing. This is what touring car racing is all about. Just constant position changes. Not afraid to trade paint. There's the quite large scrapes on Kabinski's car tell us quite well. Drops him into the clutches of Lucas Wake. Look at this though, 3 wide, 5, 6 and 7.
That's all over the grid.
Rubens Rowe just slamming the door shut to the inside. Can Aston Lewis hold it round the outside though? Can't. And dive bomb and a half, more contact there. More. Lucas Wake running wide as well. That's even more. And Tom Holland plows into the side of him. Lucas Wake dropping positions like a fly. And again, Aston Lewis and Tom Holland coming together. Over to bumper for the gazillionth lap in a row. Is Commentator going to have a look on the outside again? Or is he just going to send it on the inside? He's just going to make contact. And runs both of them wide. There's when Chica or Ashby being dumped to the lower position again. Slimmy Cam in the wall! He's in the wall! On the last lap! On the second to last corner, and Ashby's got into the back of him!
Unsafe rejoin, and Slimmy Cam, he could have gone from 0 to hero.
Dominik Kubinski.
Second gap, and Kubinski.
Out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Held his head strong in the reverse good race. Kept his nose clean, put up a solid fight against Ashby, Van der Speck and such. Takes his first WTCC win. Wow, what a...
Army, Ashby. I think I'm getting thrown out of the lobby. Can you still hear me, Will? Obviously not. Sorry, I don't know if my lobby crashed or Sutter's lobby crashed. Oh, definitely mine, as the lobby is still open. So, thank you for the attendance in the first race of Season 9, and we see you next week.